Hello Tubies! Today I thought I would review something from one of my favorite TV series, The Munsters. I watched quite a bit of The Munsters when I was younger, but obviously I'm not a 60s kid, but it's The Munsters. I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with the Munster family and all their quirky glory, but there was something I was not aware of until quite a while after I got into my Munsters obsession. There was an unaired pilot episode. The fuck was that? There's actually quite a bit to take note of right off the bat. Heh, yeah. Get it? That's some Munsters humor there. First off, you may notice that the footage was colored instead of the familiar black and white that was used in the episodes to come after it. The reason for them switching to black and white was because they didn't want to spend an extra $10,000 per episode just for it to be in color. I don't blame them. Second, let's talk about the Munsters themselves here. In the opening credits, you basically get a lineup that was meant to be a parody of the Donna Reed's show opening. First, you got the loving mother and wife of the family, Phoebe Munster. Okay. Who the hell is Phoebe? Ah, yeah. See, about that. Apparently, after the idea of the Munsters was pitched to CBS, a few things were changed. Like, Phoebe became Lily, and they switched Joan Marshall out for Yvonne DiCarlo. Marilyn pretty much stayed the same. Beverly Owen was just switched out by episode 14 for Pat Priest. Ah, okay. That is not Eddie Munster. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't look very happy to me. Needless to say, they switched out Happy Derman for Butch Patrick. However, Grandpa and Herman Munster were always played by Al Lewis and Fred Gwynne. By the way, did you know Grandpa's full name is Count Sam Dracula? Well, now you do. Oh, and here's a fun fact. That raven in the cuckoo clock there, that's Mel Blanc. You know, the same guy who voiced these guys. Anyway, after the credits, the episode goes into a showcase of what the average afternoon is like for the Munsters. And honestly, with Joan Marshall's performance of Phoebe added with her appearance, you can see they were going for a similar look and feel to Morticia Addams. I think that's about as close as you could have gotten without major copyright issues. Now let's take a look at Happy's performance and take on Eddie, shall we?
Leave me alone! Don't touch me! You never let me have any fun! You're always picking on me too! You never talk that way to Marilyn!
Referring back to what I said before, it's like nails on chalkboard. The rest of the episode centered around Marilyn and her apparent inability to get and to keep a boyfriend, which resulted in Grandpa having to cook up a love potion, and of course, the usual hijinks ensued. But you didn't get to see that part in the episode, because they cut off right at about 13 minutes. After all, it was just a pitch to get the idea going. They actually kept the same plotline for the episode that aired once CBS decided to go for the Munsters. In general, the whole feel of this version of the Munsters felt a whole lot darker than the Munsters that we knew. And that's why Yvonne DiCarlo and Butch Patrick were brought in. DiCarlo brought a warmer and more homely appearance and feel to Lily. And Patrick brought a nicer and more childlike appearance and feel to Eddie, which is much better than the hissing and spitting of the original. So, on September 24th, 1964, the Munsters made their way into the hearts and homes of America. And people loved it enough to keep the series going for 2 years. Plus a couple movies were thrown in. But unfortunately, they were beat out by Batman. But, that's something for a different video. See you later. Hello Tubies, I hope you liked that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment about what you think of the Munsters, and if you grew up with them, tell me about when you first discovered them. And if you think someone else would enjoy this, share it. And subscribe for more reviews like this and a whole lot of other stuff. Bye.